Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 6 in a best of 7 series between Team Liquid and Prime, this time on Arid Waste. Here we have Liquid Red spawning as the purple Zerg, meanwhile we have Liquid Haypro spawning as the yellow Terran. It will be against Atreyu Prime who is spawning as the blue Terran, and finally PungPung Prime spawning as the orange Zerg. So Terran versus Zerg, a true mirror match. Terran Zerg versus Terran Zerg, a true mirror match here on Arid Waste. Now, I've said this before, Arid Waste is one of those maps where your natural ramps do not lead to your partner's base. So this does make for a very, very odd gameplay, as there are a lot of proxy play and it's very difficult to defend your opponent. Zerg players in general, I felt would have a very, very difficult time, and I was surprised at the number of Zerg players who actually chose to play on Arid Waste as opposed to Monolith Ridge. Anyways, back to this game, we now see, taking a look at the production tab, pretty much standard openings coming in from Atreyu, Pung, and Liquid Haypro, but Ret, on the other hand, decided to go for a spawning pool and extractor before an overlord. That will mean that Red is trying to play a very, very aggressive game here on Arid Waste, and we'll see what's happening in just a moment. The spawning pool will allow him to train up about 6 Zerglings. Yeah, he is getting that Overlord in time, so it looks as though he will be able to train up a lot of Zerglings in just a moment and then run them across the map. This is a fairly large map though, and PungPung did not go for a fast hatchery. He instead went for a spawning pool. He went for a standard spawning pool after extractor, and he will be able to get that metabolic boost as well. You can already see the Zerglings being trained by Liquid Red, and now back over here we do see a front door now coming in from Atreyu Prime, and Atreyu Prime's also going for a double Rax build, so those early Marines in numbers are very, very good against Zerglings until the Zerglings get that metabolic boost. Marines do have that range attack, allowing them to try to shoot down many of those Zerglings before they deal any serious damage at all. One barracks now currently being put down over here. We do have enough gas for a factory as soon as this barracks is done, so it looks like Liquid Haypro is going to be opening up into a factory with a reactor most likely, as we are still getting gas off of the refinery. Back over here, the Zerglings are now on the move. The Zerglings now will be making their way up the ramp and trying to get some damage, but a Queen is now currently being trained, already halfway done. Some Zerglings will be hatching out in just a moment, and it will be very, very difficult for any of these Zerglings to get any serious damage in. He is on creep, so able to move a little bit more quickly, but you can see that those drones, what they did was they were able to stack on top of each other and try to make it very difficult for the Zerglings to get any serious damage on one drone. And now that there's a Queen out, I believe PungPung should be able to defend off these very, very early 6 Zerglings. We do see Marines and SCVs were about to move out, but they decided against it, as the sheer number of Zerglings may just be too much. The Zerglings not going to try to test the front door over here. It is not going to be not going to work out well for them, as the Marines are just being able to sit behind this ramp over here and now deciding to use this supply depot. And now we see the factory already double training Hellions, so those Hellions will be coming out in just a moment. Liquid Haypro does activate this Onaga Watchtower, and Zerglings are battling it out. I believe, yes, the metabolic boost will be completed a little bit more quickly for Liquid Red, so Red will be able to pull back with those Zerglings. There you go. Those Speedlings able to move away, while PungPung's now finally becoming Speedlings as well. Both sides engaging and now pulling back in order to get within combat range of those Marines. Marines trying to catch up, but now in comes some Hellions. Those Hellions are going to be able to get a lot of splash damage in very, very early, and now getting a lot of damage across the board, across multiple Marines and Zerglings. Even though they don't have that many kills, they are racking up that damage. 14 damage per attack against those light units, and that is going to be a problem, as those Hellions are now trying to turn around the corner, trying to get more damage on those retreating Marines. Hellions now perhaps going to try to walk up that ramp there, as we now have Zerglings running straight into the base of PungPung. PungPung is in trouble. He does have a lot of Zerglings currently being trained, and some Banelings as well. Those Banelings need to get within combat range. Will they be able to splash, get some kills onto some of those units there? Oh, a manual detonation killing off 3 of those Zerglings there. Another detonation. No manual detonation, and that Baneling wasn't able to get off any serious damage. And now PungPung getting surrounded by his Queen, now with 4 Hellions in play. Is going to be very, very difficult to try to even save this. Many of those drones are going to get toasted now. So those drones are getting just toasted right now. Perhaps the Hellions should try to focus down more on those drones instead of the Zerglings or the Marines that are coming back in from behind. And now those Hellions, days are numbered, need to pull back. It does take quite some time for them to attack and move. They don't have as fast of attack rate as Marines or Marauders. and down they go. More Zerglings now going to come back around. One Marine quickly getting taken down there as those Zerglings are going to simply walk up that ramp, perhaps try to get some circling and some damage on that group of Marines there. There are some SCVs. The SCVs, however, are not repairing each other, and that's really what they should be doing. Auto repair would help them out tremendously, as they would be able to stay alive much longer. More Hellions now coming in. Marines are now getting cleaned up, and this is just a very bad day indeed. A couple of drones are going to get taken down here, and now we see PungPung now left with almost little to no drones up, but we do see 3 Banelings in the base of Ret, and now those Banelings are going to simply walk into the base here and may get some drone kills in just a moment, trying to get some damage. Now down goes 2 more drones, and more drones getting taken down here, so Ret also behind as well. So things are not looking good for Ret. Ret needs to rely on his partner, and look what his partner's doing, getting Banshees with Cloak. Banshees with Cloak is going to be very strong if they do in fact move out, but it does not look like those Banshees will ever see the light of day, as quickly we see one Banshee already here with 4 kills, and even before the Cloak was able to activate, the Marines were trying to get back over there in time. I believe that Banshee, the instant it would be able to cloak, it would burn a scanner sweep, the Banshee would be able to get away, as those Marines do not have stim pack research, wouldn't be able to get back underneath that Banshee, and that Banshee would have just racked up even more kills, and there's the GG. So Atreyu Prime saying GG, realizing that he would not be able to get back into this game economically, down to already 14 SCVs. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 2v2 matchup between Team Liquid and Team Prime here on Arid Waste. The series is now tied at 3-3. We will be going to Game 7 in this best of 7 series between TLO, who has chosen to go random in this tournament, versus Pult Prime, who was the alternate, as I believe Junri had a little bit of technical issues, always fighting and having a difficulty in just scheduling conflicts, unable to play in many of the games, and that's why Pult will be playing the rest of the Ace matches. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more games.